Thelema. Here we are, Liber Oz. Liber means book in Latin. And Aleister Crowley usually did these documents and called them libers. Like this is Liber Ale Legas, the Book of the Law. There's all this other one. So this is Liber Oz. Oz can actually mean several different things in Hebrew. Usually means she-goat, a female goat. You could pronounce it a different way to actually mean strength. And not sure where he's coming from with the Oz. That's probably a big debate. Anyway, what we can do here is look at his document, Liber Oz. That's his signature thing, you know. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointed star with something that looks like a penis and a 666. So pretty racy there, especially for the 1930s or 20s whenever he wrote this. I don't think there's a date on this. So he has a few quotes from his other works here. I'm just going to read it. Liber Oz, the law of the strong. This is our law and the joy of the world. That's from another thing. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Thou hast no right but to do thy will. Do that, and no other shall say nay. Every man and woman is a star. These are quotes from other things. So the actual document here is this. Okay. There is no God but man. I'm just going to read it through and then maybe we could discuss it if anybody comes on here. I'm going to probably discuss this with Alfredo in a video. So this is the heart of the document. Those are all things he's actually quoting from his other works to try to justify his statement here. Okay, so it starts off. There is no God but man. Man has the right to live by his own law, to live the way that he wills to do, to work as he will, to rest as he will, to die as he will. That's point 1. Point 2. Man has the right to eat what he will, to drink what he will, to dwell where he will, to move as he will on the face of the earth. That's point 2. Point 3. Man has the right to think what he will, to speak what he will, to write what he will, to draw, paint, carve, etch, mold, build as he will, to dress as he will. That's point 3. Point 4. Man has the right to love as he will. And then he has another quote here. Take your fill and will of love as ye will, when, where, and with whom ye will. That's point 4. Point 5. Man has the right to kill those who would thwart these rights. Then he has 2 other quotes here. The slave shall serve. Love is the law, love under will. This is the document, Liber Oz. It's actually considered pretty much, I guess, the manifesto, the short manifesto here of Thelema, Aleister Crowley. I'll briefly discuss this, and then we could save this live, and I could discuss it with other people. I think this should be discussed by all occultists. It's a very important document. I think understanding Thelema and Aleister Crowley is key to understanding occultism, especially for the last century, because that was pretty much, Aleister Crowley pops up everywhere, forming witchcraft and everything. High Magick, Golden Dawn, everything Aleister Crowley shows up in. So the first point here, I'll skip the quotes here. I'm not sure why they fit in there. I'll discuss that later because I'm doing this. So the first thing, there is no God but man. Definitely a nod to, you know, what would we say? Maybe that's kind of like the foundation of Satanism. That, you know, it's not that you believe in God or the devil or a God, but you believe in yourself. Your higher self is God. And that's later on, you know, Anton LaVey kind of alluded to that. I think it's been around for a while. No God but man. But we are gods. Potential gods. God's out of whack. That's how I take that. The first point, man has the right to live by his own law. I'm not sure if that would work so much, as long as you don't hurt anybody else, maybe. But live the way that he wills to do, to work the way he wills to do. So, I mean, is this something, rest the way he wants to do, to die? And okay, so first, so is that pro-capitalism? Can someone work the way they will? I mean, not in the United States. A government will come along and say you got to pay taxes, you got to give business license, you got to do this. You can't really work the way you will without getting taxed and regulated by the United States. So we definitely don't use that here in the United States. In England, where at the time Crowley was writing this, probably not either. I would guess England's probably even more restrictive, or the United Kingdom now, as far as getting business licenses and stuff like that. So I don't know if that's a nod to that. That's how I would take that. Rest as you will. I'm not sure what he means by that. I guess you could have whatever kind of bed you want. I'm not sure. I'd be interested to see if anybody else has any ideas on this. To die, okay, this is more kind of like a Jack Kevorkian thing. I don't know if people remember Jack Kevorkian. He was the one who pushed for euthanasia. To die when and how you will. So is that saying he's pro euthanasia? He's pro you could suicide? Is he pro like you can commit suicide if you want to? It sounds like it to me. To die when and how he will. So I mean, and it's also a nod to don't murder people, don't attack people. So this is kind of like a 10 Commandments type thing, which is like better than the 10 Commandments, I'm sure. Probably better than it's a freedom manifesto. So man has the right to eat what he will. Okay. I don't think that's a big deal. Drink what he will. I mean, is this also drink and eat what he will, dwell where he will? Okay, so the eat and drink, is that like if you mix drugs in your food, or is that also a nod to saying you can ingest drugs? I don't know. Could be. Eat and drink what you will. Obviously, that's saying you believe in alcohol, which alcoholism, alcohol drinks are pretty much legal all over now. But when he was writing this, it was probably prohibition in the United States. So that might have been a nod to that. Aleister Crowley did visit the United States. He was kind of obsessed with the United States for a while, especially the other one's a nod to art. And I'll discuss this later. The other ones are not.